Welcome back to another Jeff Reviews for you. And as you can see in this video, we are taking a look at this mini split air conditioner that you could just hang on your wall and plug on in. You know what? Enough talk, let's get right into this review. I ended up purchasing this because I saw it all over social media because they consider it a mini split that has air conditioning and heat in just one unit. I do love that, especially the price point, $150. I sure hope it works. Let's open this up to see what it looks like. Full disclosure, I was pretty skeptical when I ordered this, and now that I opened it up, I'm even more skeptical. You want to know the reason why? I purchased this because it says air conditioner, a mini split. But check this out. The own directions say wall-mounted heater. Seriously? You can't even match the directions to the description. That's frustrating. Nonetheless, we're going to continue on with this review. All right, so this is a small unit. It's 21.5 inches wide. It's just about 7.5 inches tall and 5 inches deep. It does come with 2 screws that you're supposed to be able to just mount this right on the wall. And of course, it does have a plug. To add insult to injury, this plug is only 29 inches long, so you're going to have it relatively close to a power source. I wanted to show you a quick head-to-head comparison with the mini split that we just purchased in comparison to an actual mini split. Do you think this thing's actually going to work? First and foremost, I'm holding this with just one hand, but check out the size difference. We have it plugged in, we're ready to roll, but first let's talk about the remote control. Let's take apart this little piece of plastic that separates the battery. Now, if we look at the remote, there's a power button. This is turning up and down the temperature. There's a heat mode, a cold mode, and a timer. The timer goes from 1 hour all the way up to 12 hours. All of those same functions are right here on the heater fan itself. Let's turn it on. It does default to Celsius, okay, and I'm gonna look to see if I can change that to Fahrenheit, and if we can, I'll show you later in the video, but if not, we're just gonna work on it in Celsius. So it goes as low as 16 degrees Celsius, which is right around 61 degrees Fahrenheit. And of course, you just click this button a lot of times. It'll go all the way up to 40 degrees Celsius, which is about 104 degrees Fahrenheit. I should note that's for both the cold and the hot. It's just the same degree of temperature from 61 to 104. You can see right here is where we have our cold warm button. I'm gonna put that back to cold. There's our timer button, and that's really it. There's really only one speed as far as the fan or the heat, and I have my anemometer right here, and it's showing right about 5.8 miles per hour is the wind speed. Just so you're aware of that. I wish you could adjust that to make that stronger or not as strong, but that's just what we have. So this is typically a wall-mounted unit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to set it up because the air is supposed to be able to come through it and blow out down here through the bottom. I'm gonna set it to the 16 degrees. That's actually what it's on right now, and the cooling feature. I wanna see if we can get even close to that temperature. Right now, my room is climate controlled down to about 72 degrees Fahrenheit, so we'll see if that helps. To be fair, we've actually mounted it on the wall like it's supposed to be mounted. I do appreciate that it looks like a mini split. I have it down to the 16 degrees, as you can see, and we are on, well, just on. So let's see what happens to our room temperature. I've been running this for the past 2 hours and actually turned the air conditioning off to the room because I wanted to see what would happen. Remember, we have this at 16 degrees Celsius, which is supposed to get our room down to 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's see what our temperature is looking at. What? It's almost 74 degrees Fahrenheit. It's actually gone up in temperature. So this thing is doing the opposite of what it's supposed to be doing. The manufacturer also tells us that this thing is whisper quiet, only 24 decibels. Let's see what our decibel meter says. Do you see that? It's 70 decibels, which means, yes, this is pretty loud. I thought this was funny. The directions on the Amazon link said this has an 8-hour timer, where the directions that came with it says it has a 12-hour timer. Let's look at the timer itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It only has a 6-hour timer. They couldn't even get themselves lined up with the timer feature. That's just silly. Let's test the timer feature officially. I think what we're gonna do is we will just set it on 1 hour and we will see what happens after this time has elapsed. Well, that was exciting. We found something that works on this mini split air conditioner heater. I did set the timer for 1 hour, and you know what? After 1 hour, it actually shut off. That part was pretty cool. I love that the timer worked. So, tell me, have you seen these mini split heater combos on social media? I would love to hear your thoughts. Were you tempted to get one or not so much? Is there a different product out there you'd recommend? Let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. It's clear that this mini split does not really cool your room. It's mainly just a fan that pushes around the current air temperature. So we know that does not work as an air conditioner. Let's just try it out to see if it runs as a heater. Turn the unit on, it is on heat. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crank this thing all the way to the max. Now that we're on 40 degrees Celsius, which remember we said it was over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, I want to see if this heats up the space. We know that our air is going to be coming out down here at the bottom, so let me grab my scanner. We can take a closer look. All right, so we can see that's about 76 degrees Fahrenheit. So the temperature is going up. So as a heater, this may have promise. We've been running this for the past hour, and I will say it is getting warmer in this room. I want to see what the temperature is showing. If we look right here, it's right there around 78 degrees Fahrenheit, almost 79, which is around 26 degrees Celsius. So yes, it is getting warmer. That being said, it is nowhere close to 100 degrees Fahrenheit as it says it's supposed to get up to. One of the reasons that I started this channel, other than I just really like to see how products work, is to update people about scams, and this one by far is a scam, and definitely I would not recommend it. I tell you my biggest frustration about this, not only the false ads, but even the write-up on Amazon says this is a 12,000 BTU air conditioner, meaning they use the language of the air conditioner to make you think it actually could work. That's pretty frustrating and annoying. We saw that it didn't work as an air conditioner at all, and it was really only subpar as a heater. When I was reading through the reviews on Amazon, people wanted to return it, and the company was only giving them partial returns. Now, I don't typically return items, but I really wanted to try this out for myself, so I did. I filed a request to return because honestly, this product is a piece of junk. Within 1 day, they refunded me $73. Do you remember that I spent over $150 on it? Well, I couldn't even communicate with the company anymore, so I ended up having to communicate with Amazon, letting them know my frustration, and Amazon made it right within a matter of minutes. Anyway, that was my full review of the Social Media Mini Split air conditioner and heater. Definitely not something that I would recommend. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. To add insult to injury, I noticed this thing was peeling off, so your display unit is really just a sticker over top a few random buttons, which means the best place for this is just in the trash. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review where we took a look at this scam air conditioner slash heater. You know what? Not that long ago, I reviewed two different products. One is a fan and the other one is a heater, and they actually both work pretty well. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna link them right up here. And I would love it if you would click on one of these links. And when you do, by the magic of the internet, I'm gonna join you at those videos. So go ahead, click it. It's safe, I promise.